Good morning, y'all. It is day 62, September 5th, and it is a Friday. And it is cold, like really cold. Even my hands are really chilly right now, and I've never really noticed that so far. This might have been the coldest night so far on trail. I can't believe it's September 5th and it's getting this cold. But like I said, I've lived in the South all my life, so this might be normal for up here. Which I'm hoping not. I'm really hoping once I get into Massachusetts and the mid-Atlantic states, that it's not as cold. But we'll have to see. I might have to get my mid-layers sent to me early, and my sleeping bag is, even though it's a 20-degree bag, it's 3 years old. So it's probably more like a 30-degree bag now. So I have to have a liner sent to me. I'm not sure. I have to see how this pans out when I get into Massachusetts. I think definitely I'm going to wait. But if it's still cold when I'm in Mass and all that, I'm probably just going to get that stuff sent to me, which is going to make my pack heavier. But like I said, I'll be able to carry less food, so it'll just even itself out. Last night, yeah, I had to get off, put on my rain pants and my down jacket, everything, because it just got freezing. I even slept with my sleeping bag over my head, which is definitely a sign that it's getting super cold out. So about my knee, I can still feel it. It doesn't seem as swollen, and it just seems a little stiff, but not as stiff. But like I said, I haven't been hiking on it. So, I mean, I could go hike, and like after 2 miles, it could hurt. So I have that dilemma. I could go back to that parking lot, northbound, that's a mile away, and try to get a ride into town. Or I can go southbound, do that 21 miles, and if it's still bothering me, go into Bennington, which I was not planning to, and which I really don't want to do. Going back to that parking lot just seems demoralizing to me, and it's going to take a lot to get me off this trail. But the thing is, I don't want to have to hike suffering. I mean, I did that in 2016. Like, I hiked forever, just like in horrible pain, and oh man, just not looking forward to that. I'm hoping this is something that'll just go away in a few days. Right now, I think it probably is, but I just don't know for sure. I've never really landed and banged my knee that hard before. In the past, my knee problems were just from overuse and stuff. So anyways, I'm going to see. I'm definitely going to go southbound and see how it pans out. The shelter options aren't that great. There's one at 11.5, and then the next one after that is 20 miles. And not even a lot of water in between that. There's this place at 18.5, which that is what I hiked yesterday. I hiked actually 19. It's called Hellbrook. They said there's some camping there, but the comments were kind of iffy. So I could go there, but they also said that there's like a dozen spots between that 11.5 shelter and that brook. So I could carry water maybe. Or maybe I should just take an easy short day like 11.5 since my knee is bugging me, and just call it a day there. I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes, but those are my options right now. But the sun is out, and I hope it warms up. I really do. Yeah, so anyways, I'm going to get this all stuff settled up, picked up, get back on the trail, and I'll get back with y'all and let you know what's going on. All right. Hey y'all. So I just got done eating at that shelter, that last shelter you saw us at. I've only done 7.3 miles so far, and it's noon. So I think I got on trail around 8. Yeah, so I'm not really making great miles today. I think it's just the terrain's kind of tough. Lots of rocks and roots. But good news is my knee feels fine. I mean, I can feel it, but it's not like debilitating me for sure. So that shelter I was thinking about staying at is like 4.3 ahead, which I'd get there really early. But I'm about to climb I think it's called Glastonbury Mountain. There's a fire tower on the top, and it looks like a pretty tough climb. And then the shelter's right below that, so I guess I'm just going to go to that shelter and see what time it is. And like I said, I think it's Hellbrook or Hellhole Brook or something, is like 11 something from here. So when I get to that shelter up there, I'll evaluate what I'm going to do. Man, I'd hate to just stop 11.3. It's kind of a short day, but I don't know why. I'm just not making a lot of miles today. And I am going slower, taking it easy. Just, I don't want to aggravate my knee. And like I said, the trail is pretty rough. Lots of rocks and roots. Tons of mud. But I'm not complaining. The sun's out and it's a beautiful day, but it is still chilly. Like, it hasn't really warmed up a whole lot today, unfortunately. But the best news is my knee. My knee feels good, doesn't hurt. So yeah, so I'm gonna go climb up to this mountain. There's a fire tower, and when I get to the top of that fire tower, I probably won't get back to you until I get to the shelter, which is 4.2, I think I said. So yeah, so let me get to hiking, and I'll get back with y'all and let you know what I plan on doing. All right. Hey y'all, so I summited Glastonbury Mountain. I think that's how you pronounce it. Anyways, it's has that fire tower that I just went up. You can see it behind me, I think. But it's super, super windy today. So when I got up there, I mean, I felt like the wind was gonna blow me right off that fire tower. And that's the thing today. It's cold and windy, and it's just sapping the energy out of me. I can handle the cold, I can handle the wind, but when it's cold and windy, I don't know what it is, but all I think about is camping, setting up my tent, jumping in my sleeping bag, and just like getting warm and away from the wind. And that's all I can think about. But it's only like 1:45 right now. The shelter is 0.3 down there, so I don't have too far to go. So it's a little too early to stop. So I'm gonna hike down to the shelter and decide what I'm gonna do, and I'll get back with y'all. All right. Hey y'all. So I just was at the shelter, that one I was planning on ditching at, and I was talking to this guy from Montana. I think his trail name's Z-Reg. Really, really nice guy. I was actually really like enjoying our conversation, and he said he wasn't sure if he was going to stay there or go to the next shelter, but he's waiting on these other long trail hikers. But I was thinking about staying there, and I found out it's going to rain, but real light tonight, overnight. So it's going to be more like a sprinkle. And it said 0.04 inches, which is nothing. So there's this little lookout spot that's 4.2 ahead, and there's camping there, no water. So I went ahead and just grabbed like almost 4 liters of water, which I'm carrying now. I don't really usually like carrying water, but I figure it's 4 extra miles. It's only 3 o'clock, not even yet, and I won't be at a shelter. That's another thing. My headphones went out. Well, one of them did. So now they just don't sound right. I hate listening to music in just one ear. And so if I am watching a movie or something, I won't have to turn it down if no one else is at the camp spot. I mean, I won't have to wear my headphones. I could just listen to it. Plus, I just kind of want to stealth camp, like I was saying. So I'm going to go ahead and go to this spot. It's like a lookout, and just camp there with the water I have. And yeah, and I'll get back to y'all when I get there. All right. Alright y'all, this is my home for the night. This is Little Pond Lookout. As you can see, right back there is another stealth spot, and this is the only spot right here. And then the trail, that's the AT back there. But then it goes up over into this spot, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, so there's a little fire ring right there. There's actually some wood in there, and there's not a lot of wood around here, but look how close my tent is to it, and it's windy, so I am definitely going to opt out of a fire. So if you look up here, that is where the AT is, and I'll take you up there right now. Okay, and so there's the AT. My camp spot is back down there. AT, and this is Little Pond Lookout. I mean, I'll see if y'all can see it, but there's a little bit of a view. And the AT, that's northbound. And yep, and right back there is my tent site. This is a close-up of the view. This is kind of what I can see, but on my camera it's zoom. But this is about what I can see from the view. It's not too bad. The trees are definitely in the way. I think we should just chop these trees down to get a better view. Hey y'all, so I'm gonna end it for today. If I'm speaking up because it's super windy and it's cold. Let's see, this morning I left Blackbrook, and I wasn't sure about my knee. It felt a lot better this morning. Like I said, as I went hiking along, it felt, I barely could feel it. I just feel, just when I got into camp and I stopped using it, I started feeling it a little bit more, but I took some more ibuprofen. I think it's going to be fine. I think it's just jarred. There's still a big old knot on it, and but it's definitely 100% better than it was last night. To be honest, last night I was like, you know, that's why I got on film right away. I usually wait until I set up camp, but I got on film because I could tell that pity party was going off in my head. And Early Riser, you know, he gave me some good advice about that, you know, because that pity party does go off in my head. But he, you know, he commented and told me, you know, just think of all the things you're grateful for and all the things that you have, and you know, and so I did that, and as I started doing that, it dawned on me, you know, that it was weird. Like, all of a sudden I realized that if something bad did happen and for some reason I had to get off, I would be okay with it. And that's weird, but at the time I definitely felt, you know, like, oh well, there's nothing I can do about it. And also another thing is, I thought about, like, you know, what I went through in 2016. I mean, I went through a lot of suffering. Like, I had knee problems, but they were overuse knee problems and a lot worse than what's going on. And then I also thought about my bud, Mischief, from Mischief on the Trail. You know, what he's going through, and my knee problems seem like nothing, you know. And that's what I gotta do, man. And I'm glad Early Riser, you know, comments and supports me so much, because I mean, he's a good guy, dude, and I have like a lot of respect for that guy, you know. And it's funny because I downloaded a bunch of, like, the first 5 of his AT through hike, and I started watching them again because I was like, you know, there's a lot of I watched them, but it's been a little while, so I wanted to watch them again because there's a lot to learn from him. And you know, he has that Zen thing going on, you know, and I don't know, he's definitely someone to look up to and look to strive towards being like. But anyways, so I thought I wasn't going to be able to do that many miles, and I thought I was going to duck out early today, but I ended up doing 16 miles, and it's not huge, but not bad considering. You know, I did slow down a lot today and pace myself, and the terrain today, I don't know, just that little section was pretty tough. I remember in 2016 that this section, even going northbound, is really tough because it's more like a roller coaster. You have ups and then downs, and the trail's very rocky and rooty, hard to get a really good pace on it. But anyways, I mean, I did pretty good, and I ended up stopping that shelter before this spot and talking to this long trail hiker for like a half hour. So, I mean, you know, I'll definitely take it. 16 miles, not bad. But the biggest thing, the greatest thing is that it looks like my knee's going to be okay, and it isn't going to be a big deal or a big problem. So, man, I'm so thankful for that. Thank you so much. I mean, I'm just so happy, and I just hope it continues, but I really think it's gonna. Anyways, yeah, today, you know, it was, I had my ups and my downs, but I kept a positive attitude, and I just kept going and moving along, even if I, you know, didn't feel like I was going that fast. And, you know, I continued to film, and that's the thing about this through hike is it's either all or nothing, you know. I'm not going to just stop filming and vlogging and just start doing my through hike. It's going to be the vlogging, the filming, the videos are a part of my through hike, and it's all or nothing, and that's how I have it set in my mind. So I'm not just going to do one or the other. It's the whole package is going to happen if I'm going to do this thing. And so that's what I'm doing, and I'm not going to, just because I'm having a hard day, I'm not going to like back down on these videos. Unless it was like that rain day where I couldn't help it. I had to protect my equipment. But anyways, it's starting to get dark. I'm babbling on again, and I guess I'm just going to duck out in my tent, finish editing this video, finish watching this crazy movie I've been watching on Netflix. It's called Heretics. It's like a satanic cult movie. Those movies are freaky. They always freak me out. But for some reason, I'll still watch them and just be totally like just involved in them. But anyways, I keep babbling. What is going on? Anyways, so I'm ending it for today, and I'm going to get in my sleeping bag and warm up, and I will talk with y'all in the morning. All right.